If you're wondering what it takes to be admitted to the Jesup Scott Honors College, here's your answer. Start early. Students have to be focused and committed to studying at all times and in all places. Just like Dr. David Krol, the college's 2014 recipient of the James K. Larson Distinguished Achievement Award, named in recognition of the first full-time honors director at UT. This may be one of the few times that Dave has come up short in his life. The 1990 magna cum laude graduate who majored in biology has made quite a name for himself nationally as a senior program officer at the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation based in Princeton, New Jersey. If you ask Dave for the bare facts, he'll tell you that RWJ is the largest healthcare foundation in the country, focused on improving the health of U.S. citizens by investing in current and future leaders in healthcare. Despite the fact he's not wearing a face mask, or perhaps because of that fact, this little fellow is considered to be one of but a very few select pediatricians in the country considered to be an expert in the area of children's oral health. Selected as a pediatric leader of the 21st century by the American Academy of Pediatrics and the Johnson & Johnson Pediatric Institute, Dave has testified before Congress as well as state and local legislative bodies on behalf of children. Longtime followers of Rockets baseball know Dave Krol. As a youngster growing up in Northeast Ohio, he played football, but baseball was his sport. And although he was a member of back-to-back Elyria Central Catholic State Championship football teams, baseball was number one. Andrea's big brother was a National Merit finalist, and when UT offered athletic and academic scholarships, his direction was set. As a Rocket, Dave left his mark. A pitcher, he still remains in the top 10 in 7 statistical categories, and while he was here, became the first baseball player to earn academic All-America honors. Drafted by the Minnesota Twins in the 16th round of the amateur draft, Dave left UT after his junior year, but returned in the offseason to get his degree, graduating just 1 quarter later than he would have otherwise. He spent 3 years in the Twins farm system, advancing to the high Class A level. When he was released by the Twins, Dave was finally free to pursue his dream of medical school. Good grades, a good MCAT, and the fact he was able to juggle all that and still play pro ball impressed Yale. He graduated from there in 1996. Dave's career has taken him to Columbia University, the Children's Health Fund in New York City, back to UT where he served as chair of the Department of Pediatrics for 3 years, and then to Robert Wood Johnson. Dave has many fond UT memories, but the best may have been an honors class called Symbolic Interactionism. He can't remember the professor's name, only that the class really stretched his brain. He didn't get the grade he hoped for, but a year after taking the class, he received a note from the professor saying that he was raising Dave's grade. It was because something Dave had stated in one of his essays was shown to be true. Dave met his wife Christina when both were training for a marathon. A producer for ABC News who worked on 2020 and Primetime Live, Christina now spends her time producing and directing the schedules of Ellie and her twin brothers Brian and Matt. Running to improve health and healthcare in our country, Dr. David Krol is the James K. Larson Distinguished Achievement Award recipient in the Jesup Scott Honors College.